Hello, good afternoon, and a warm welcome to the verdict, to the People's Verdict. Your host this afternoon, I am Afias Kaptula. We are back with another exciting show, and many thanks for having joined us this afternoon. We are discussing the way forward on Chisokone Market on the Copper Belt. As you may be aware, Chisokone Market is domiciled in Kitwe on the Copper Belt, and this afternoon we have two individuals, Pastor Duncan Simuchimba and Mr. Inoki Chifuka, who are traders at Sokone Market. As you have been aware, also there have been a number of issues surrounding the operations of Chisokone Market. This afternoon, this has just welcomed Pastor Duncan Simuchimba. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thank you so very much. Thank you for having me. This is my first time to be on Camnet.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. This is not just another channel, and it is your home. Feel at home.
Thank you.
All right. And also, Mr. Enoch Chifuka, welcome to the show this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Kaptula, and good afternoon, viewers.
All right, just to start the show, we get into the issues. Just tell us, what are your roles at, I'll start with you, Pastor. What is your role at Chisokone Market, and basically what brings you on this show?
First of all, I've been in that market for about 25 years. I remember that time when we had Zanama, and I used to provide a leadership role in training marketeers in matters of leadership. I remember every Wednesday, the top leaders would meet, and I would be lecturing them, teaching them on tips on how to have credible leadership. So I've been around in that market for a long period of time, not really an official chaplain, but more like a chaplain. And also in this instance where there is so many challenges, people didn't have where to look to. And we come in, me and my colleague, as coordinators, to bring them together and provide leadership, especially to one of the critical issues that our people are going through. And this is what we're going to delve into shortly.
Mm-hmm. That's a similar role as well, Mr. Chifuka?
Yes, maybe what is important, I just want to give a brief background on what we have been doing in the market and what has prompted us, that is to come out so clear, that is on issues affecting the marketeers. First of all, I'm sure you have heard about the Zambia National Marketeers Association. This Zambia National Marketeers Association, it was an organization which was formed, that is to serve the interests of the marketeers. And then you remember vividly well that in 2011, immediately when Mr. Sata, that is, was taking the realm, that is from Mr. Rupia Banda, who was the president by then, after losing the election. So Zanama was deregistered because it was perceived, that is, to be politically inclined. So I was the Secretary General for a period of more than 10 years, 10 to 12 years. So together we were serving. I was the Secretary General for the Zambia National Marketeers Association, which is Zanama, and I was serving under now the current Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Elvis Nkando. So we have a rich background when it comes to issues that is concerning the marketeers and the traders in general. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Perhaps let me just bring in Pastor Simuchimba on the history of Chisokone Market before we delve into the other issues. Just tell us, what is the history of Chisokone Market?
Chisokone Market, this is a market that has been in existence for over 40 years actually. Right now, currently, it stands at around slightly above 40,000 people. And if you look at Chisokone Market, first of all, it's a community market. It was founded by the community themselves. Then that's how council came in to build a what we call green market, where they sell greens, stuff like fruits and vegetables, but it's people that started it. Then council just provided, that's just one structure, and there are thousands of shops and stores there owned by individuals. Council only own that one single property called the green market. So 99.9% it's owned by the community themselves because it was spearheaded by the community. Then council just came in later. That we are talking about somewhere for 40 years ago, somewhere around those periods. And then we have had different succeeding governments, like for example, under Chiluba, people have been demanding that they should be issued with a letter of offer so that marketeers who own stores there should be legitimate official owners, so that it's more recognized also from the council side. But council has been resisting. I think we started fighting under MMD, we fought it. We came to PF, we fought it. I remember under MMD by Mr. Rupia Bozanbanda, we were almost given a title so that Chisokone is recognized as it's a community-owned market. Now, there were certain people that came up. Some people started saying, hey, they want to give the market to Mr. Nkandu, and blah, 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 blah. So some jealous people rose up. So that's how Mr. Rupia Bozanbanda withdrew that. He said, okay, fine, let's find the best way we can do it. And that's how he lost the election. And then we came to PF. It has been a similar situation, But previously, I remember under MMD, Mr. President Mwanawasa, President Rupia Banda, they will bring money to empower marketeers, in the markets. There have been so many empowerment programs, even under PF. There's been a lot of empowerment programs. So up until right now, when we have this problem that we are facing right now, where the council stood cut a part of it, and then grab those shops from people, especially in front of Green Market, where there was fire, and also there is a particular portion in front of Green Market where there is some stores, owned by people. I think it should be maybe 150 people could be affected, close to 200. The flank part, it looks like they're just interested in the flank part. The idea is these people want to grab those stores from those poor marketeers. Then council directors, whoever from the council should own it, maybe with their branches, whoever they are collaborating with. We don't know. But it's council that wants to grab for the people and make people the tenants, to which we have said no. Because if at all government does not have all the money, because Chisokone market, it's a big market, it's a massive market. So if government does not have money to develop the whole thing, where we sit down, us and government, and we give them our proposal. We have had a very serious proposal, a very good looking proposal, which we have been pursuing for a long period of time. Now, if government does not have that kind of money, why should council start cutting it into pieces so that they start sharing, directors start sharing those pieces of land, those pieces of shops? Because their idea is, no, we want to build you in front there, modern market, and then you'll be our tenants, to which we have said no, because number one, they are not being sincere. Number two, they have not followed the due process of proper engagement, where they bring us, we sit in the meeting together, and they share what they have. We also give them a piece of our mind. Then we come up with one thing and then move together. They have been trying to use shortcuts over that one.
Yeah, I think we are going to get into that one.
Yes.
Maybe before we get into that one, I just want to bring in Mr. Chifuka here. How has been the management of Chisokone market, for the fact that we have seen that it has been prone to fires, that we have experienced some fires? Don't you think perhaps that management is why the council is coming in?
Thank you so much. To answer that one, maybe before I answer your question, I just wanted to add something so that people understand, that is the records, how Chisokone market came into existence. He has given the part. There are various dimensions. That is when you are talking of how something came into existence. First of all, he has been trading at Chisokone market for over 25 years. And I've been trading at that market for over 32 years. I entered Chisokone market immediately after completing school. That was in 2011. No, 1991. Sorry, 1991. That was 1991. Immediately when that is President Chilua was coming in as the president of this country. So I would say that we never had so much issues. So to be honest enough, all these governments, they have been supporting us. And I'll give one visible example. For instance, this is not the first time we are experiencing fires at Chisokone market. We used to experience the fires. And this is the main reason which prompted by the president then, that is Mr. Frederick Jacob Chiluba, to even donate a sum of 50 million to the marketeers. So today, if you go, that is to the Sokoni market, you find that most of the shops, they are in a shape I would term as temporal permanent structures, so to say, because people were scared, that is to come up, that is build something big, because right now there has been issues, you see, where sometimes the local authority would come in to say that no, you are here trading, that is illegal. But for the president, that is to donate that sum of money. It means that he saw that people were surviving at the Sokoni market. No government in the entire continent of Africa can employ that is the whole population. So people at Sokoni market, they are earning a living. So what I would say, or what I would appeal, that is to the government, we are appealing to the government, that is to recognize any little thing a Zambian is contributing. Now, if we are to say the Sokoni market has been in existence for over 40 years, meaning even the local authority, that is Kitwe City Council, they have been collecting the levies. Now, any amount of money which is collected from a citizen, to me, what I see, it is a tax, although it has got different names. You see, different names. So we can call it a levy, but it is a tax, meaning that Zambians have been contributing. So after some years, after experiencing the fires, that was how now the local authority by then, that is with the support from the local government minister by then, Honorable Teta Mashimba, even allowed that all the people at Sokoni market to construct semi-permanent structures. And now you can imagine, as a Zambian, you have occupied a space for more than 40 years. Who is the owner? Whether with paper or no paper. Automatically, those people who are trading at Sokoni market, they are the owners. So my appeal maybe is to say that we need government that is to assist us. You know, when we talk of empowerment, it's not that every empowerment should always come in form of cash. Even when you give land, that is to the Zambians, that is empowerment. And in fact, that is more like an inheritance. So this time around, my appeal is that we need, that is the marketeers at Sokoni market, to own that land. Every Zambian is entitled to prime land. Now, we have seen issues rising up where you find these directors, especially that is from the local council, saying that no, you are not supposed to be trading at that prime land. Then, if we are not qualified, that is to trade at that prime land, who is qualified? Because it is a Zambian who is supposed to qualify. And it is a Zambian who has occupied that space or a place for a longer period of time. Another example, if you remember vividly well, when Chiluba was president, he saw that these council houses were occupied by Zambians for a longer period of time, and they were paying to the council. What did the president do? He had to empower the citizens, and they were given those houses. So it is not something which is new when we tell the government to say that we need empowerment that is in form of that prime land. Look, we should not be stagnant in the way we develop our country. Now, this even makes me wonder. I don't know what is happening. We have produced a lot of graduates in this country, but you find that even their way of thinking is somehow limited. Why am I saying so? Normally, instead of thinking of how to expand the city, they are concentrating just on that portion of land. Kitwe is expanding. So today, even if we say we give out that market and then the council owns it, but still the population is growing. They must be thinking of diversifications, that is developing even some other portions. So this time around, Kitwe City Council, they have been developing an area that is which is about 10 to 15 kilometers from Kitwe, heading towards Kalulushi. Kitwe is expanding. So we need government to be thinking in such avenues, maybe putting up another market in that portion so that it gathers people who are coming from Lufwanyama, Kalulushi, Chibuluma, and some other areas. Right now, if you happen, that is to cross the Kafue River, again, there is an area where the council has demarcated a lot of plots, and people are building mansions there. Why can't the council think of expanding the city, building a mall there, a modern market, so to say, if they are so interested in the modern market? So let them build a modern market there, and then in so doing, it means we are expanding as a city. Today, if you go to Kitwe, you agree with me that Kitwe is more like expanded. Today, there are some houses which are located in the portions of parklands. This time around, they are turning those houses into companies. Why? Because the city was just too congested. You see that? So we must be thinking in the avenues of expanding, that is the city. Not just concentrating where you have seen that people are there, and then you also think of going there. No, we are bringing congestion and confusion.
All right, we'll explain there. In case you're just joining us, you are watching The Verdict. Your host, I am Afias Kaptula for this afternoon, and we are discussing the way forward on Chisokoni Market. There are some issues there concerning the existence of the market, and in the studio, I have Pastor Duncan Simuchimba and Mr. Enoch Chifuka, who are traders at the market. Pastor Simuchimba, rather, just to come into the issues that are obtaining on the ground, where do you think the motivation is coming from with the council in terms of trying to grab portions of the market, and what are your suggestions to that end?
I think the motivation on the part of Kitwe City Council to grab those stores from the marketeers at Sokoni Market, their motivation is coming from greedy, selfishness. I want to say that Kitwe City Council, I don't know about other councils, especially Kitwe City Council in particular, it has evolved. In fact, it has degenerated. I'll give you an example. Some time back, when you say council is selling plots, they will sell at a very minimal fee, 2 kwacha, 5 kwacha, compared to how much individual will sell. The gap would be huge. But right now, Kitwe City Council is behaving like a pongwa, like individuals selling plots, almost selling at the same price like an individual is selling, because they're looking at themselves as a business entity. Now, an institution like Kitwe City Council, that is a service, that's a service institution. It does not exist for profit. Yes, they can collect taxes, council levy, and all that stuff. They can do small business here, there, standalone stuff, but their prices should be very, very minimal. They shouldn't look at themselves as a business, because they are service provider. They are so on behalf of the Ministry of Lands is to provide an oversight, demarcate land and monitor and govern and manage land on behalf of the Ministry of Lands. So those council employees, those council directors, from the mayor to the last person, they should look at themselves as servants of the people. Now, the way their attitude and their behavior, the way they look at things is, when they look at Chisokoni Market, for example, as people own those stores, they are selling, then they begin to think, if we owned these stores, how much money are we going to be making? That's selfishness. And also, most of them, they are not even thinking of Kitwe City Council, they're thinking of themselves owning. Now, they're using Kitwe City Council as a pretext. And when they say, no, it's we want to build modern market, it's development. Look, we also want a modern market, we also want development. But look, every development that disadvantages the people, every development that disempowers the people, that is a scam. It's not development. I would rather people are selling at a place where it's called a ramshackle, whatever site it's looking like, I don't care. As long as people are empowered to send their children to school, to have a life, as long as they're empowered to feed their children, to survive, marry, and move on and lead a very normal life at a ramshackle, then if you tell me we're going to build a modern market, you bring white people there, you bring rich people there, and you throw away all the poor people. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. The kind of shop they want to grab, it's on prime land. And the type of shops they are talking about building, it's the kind of shops that no poor person in Sokoni will afford to pay. Obviously, it's a direct way of eliminating those poor people out of the Sokoni Market and throwing them where? Only God knows. So, council has degenerated. Council, I remember under MMD, under UNIP, it was quite different. They looked at themselves as a service and they prioritized the people. Now, this council, starting from PF, the council starting from PF and under New Dawn, it's a disaster. They are a parasite, because if they look at themselves as a business and they just want They are only interested in what they can get out of the marketeers, not what they can offer as a service to the people to improve the trading standards of the marketeers. If they are not thinking in those lines, for example, there is no security at Chocolate Market. In that chocolate, there is no security. They brought cameras. There are only maybe 4 or 6. The entire market, it does nothing. Even when we had those fires, they can't even tell who started the fire, but they say there is a camera. Now, you don't have one camera pointing at a radius that is so big. So, meaning that even those cameras are useless. They're serving no purpose. They're supposed to put adequate and enough cameras, and some supposed to be around, some inside, and they're supposed to be at least, if, for example, you go to UK, in bus stops, in train stations and stuff like that, they have put cameras where you can tell that a thief can be spotted. If someone has started fire, they can spot them. When people are planting bombs, they're able to spot them, because there are so many cameras that are so put close to each other, such that they're able to monitor the activities within the market. But it's not like Service Council. It's just a name that they are cameras. There are no cameras. The cameras that are there, there are only 4 or 5, which are very sparsely populated, and so far they have never caught any thief. When people lose property, when somebody start, like for example, we had fire, they can't tell who started the fire with their cameras. Meaning those cameras are useless. It's just a name. Maybe they ate the money and then they wanted to show to central government that they bought cameras. Now, coming back to the real issue, I feel that council should change their approach and their behavior. They should stop looking at marketeers as a community where they have to sack and rip them off when they look at them. They should start looking at marketeers as a people that needs a service. Council should look at themselves as a service provider. Then they should come in as servants who should serve the people, not to steal from them, not to find somebody selling in his car small store. As they are passing, they are seeing him sell. And then they say, if we owned this, how much money can we make out of this? Let's kick this poor person because he has no voices. Nobody, marketeers are poor people. Most of them have not been to school. Nobody's going to speak for them. Nothing is going to happen. We are government, and they want to grab. So we stood up, me and my colleague. We said, no, we mobilized the people. He said, this can't happen under our watch. Council, you are not coming in as a service provider. Can you change your purpose? Because you have ceased to exist for a purpose. You're supposed to look at these people as people that you need to empower. This is how it's supposed to be. When council or government finds people selling on the street, selling in the markets, doing small little things, they should say, how can we help these people so that they can do better? Whatever they are doing, first of all, when you find a poor person, even if 200 kwacha as capital, don't think of taking away those spaces and giving them to the rich. Don't think of taking away those spaces and start making money as a council out of it and then disadvantage those people. That's not development. That's not modern market. Like I said, everything that a council can call modern market, something that disempowers the people, it's a scam. It's not empowerment. What is it for? What does it mean to a person who has just been removed from his place of livelihood, where he was making a decent living? Because when you find people with as little capital as 200 kwacha, 300 kwacha, 500 kwacha, 1,000, first of all, give them respect. They are not committing a crime. They are not stealing. They are not doing prostitution. They are there to earn a decent living. So a responsible council like Kitwe City Council should come in and say, what should we do to support these people who are applying their effort? Because the president, cabinet, the entire government, what they want is their people to start developing from being poor to middle bracket, from being the middle class to the rich bracket. That's a vision of every government. And that's the way I'm sure a cabinet is looking at it. That's the way the president is looking at it. Now, when the council looks at our poor, they are trying to see how they can snatch even the little they have under such difficult, harsh conditions.
Maybe I should just bring in, of course, the council, they're not here to defend themselves. I just want to hear from yourself in terms of the engagements that you have had with the council. How has been the engagement with the
Thank you. Before I answer that one, there was a question which is still pending. You posed the question to say that maybe the council are trying to come in, that is to provide leadership. Yeah. Now, on that one, I would say, but I'll be quick, that is to accept that right now we have a leadership crisis. Why am I saying that we have a leadership crisis? All these associations which were formed, under the MMD regime, under the PF regime, they were somehow politically inclined. So as a result, just that one, when there is that change of government, automatically they cease to operate. They disappear. You see that? So that is why we have come in to say that now we have learned a lesson in a hard way. I am that living example who have learned that lesson in a very hard way. You know, Zanama was a very powerful organization. We used to assist people, to give them loans, to stand in terms of funerals. We used even to buy coffins, supporting them at the funerals, things in that nature. But you know what happened? There was a mistake. The topmost, I don't want to mention names, was somehow politically inclined. You see, somehow. He had that is to merge with the political leaders on the political platform. So the moment Mr. Sata came in, he said he had to see Zanama as if it was a political wing of MMD. So as a result, what happened? Zanama was deregistered. This is the same scenario which has occurred to this other association. So right now, as we speak, no association can stand firm like myself and Pastor Tanke. The reason
to defend the
to defend the marketeers. The reason is so simple. All those perceived, that is leaders, they were somehow inclined politically. They used to see them everywhere, moving around, campaigning. So as a result, what has happened, immediately when there is that change of government, they just naturally disappear. You see, they are nowhere to be seen. Now, we have seen that gap. Apart from having that leadership crisis in the market, I'll be honest to say that even at the council itself, there is a leadership crisis. Why am I saying that? You know, we have learned things. When you are a leader, you must understand that you are a subordinate of the masses. You are representing the masses. Zambia is a Christian nation. Now, suppose we put Zambia to be a Christian nation, meaning even in the way each and every citizen who is a leader has to execute the duties, must always relate to the Bible, meaning representing the people, helping the people. Now what has happened? It is a crisis. You will see where even some leaders, including the directors at the council and some other leaders, so to say, I don't want to mention the names, it's more like they have abandoned the people. That is why we have come in. Because the moment we leave this unchecked, automatically they are even going to tarnish the image of an innocent leader. Who is the leader am I talking about? It is the president himself. Because the president is not the town clerk at Kitwe City Council. He's not a mayor. He's not a director. But the moment this director starts now grabbing the shops, mistreating, that is the marketeers, people will start crying to say that, oh, we will take over president to shop. Now, that is not what we want. They must leave an innocent man alone. That's why we are coming in. Because right now, I have to tell you this, Brother Kaputula. Right now, you find that even if you engage, that is these directors, they are trying to hide their heads into an outdated law. The Markets and Bus Stations Act number 7 of 2007. I have been telling the people that act, it was suspended by the president. We had meetings at State House by then when Mr. Levi Patrick Mwanawasa, may he so rest in peace, was the president of this country. We had that is to bring in a lot of issues. That matter has got a lot of issues, a lot of contentious issues. And even before the act came into implementation, there was no input of the marketeers. So we said this is okay. You know, a law must come in to help its citizens, not to fix the citizens. A law must come in that is to help the citizens. Even, let me relate to the Bible. Even when God came in, that is to offer the 10 commandments to Moses, he offered those commandments to help the citizens so that people will be fearing to kill one another, knowing that God hates, that is a killer. People should not commit adultery, people should not steal, and so on and so forth. So any law which infringes the rights of its citizen, I think, let me borrow the words of my past, it's a bad law. It's a scam. It's a scam. Now, I'll give you another example. These councils, they are trying to use that archaic law to say that no, we are trying to implement the Markets and Bus Stations Act. Now, if you go into the same act on chapter 12 and 14, if I'm not mistaken, where it talks about the composition of the market board, It has totally eliminated the market master and the council policemen. Those should not even exist in the market, because marketeers have to elect its own leaders, and then the minister himself should come in and nominate the chairman and the vice, and then that body must sit and employ a market manager. But now, what is happening with our council? They have only picked something which is suiting them, but then forcing, saying that no, we are implementing the act. How can they implement the act when we have council policemen in the market? We have got the market mistresses, the market masters. In that act, these people are not even mentioned. It is only a manager who is mentioned. So what we are saying is, because, you know, it is like they feel that marketeers of yesterday are also like marketeers of today, but we are totally different. We are able to read. We are able to understand issues. So that's why we have come out in the open. You know, we have got some citizens who don't even know their rights. When they see a council official, they will just start trembling to say that who will take over, forgetting that who will take over. You see that? Government can only exist when there are people. So, leadership crisis, this is what is there. So, right now, as I'm speaking, Brother Kaputula, we don't have any effective association. Let me underline that word. Effective. Why? They were politically inclined. So, Pastor Duncan and myself, we were clean. Even when they were busy, that is moving up and down, that is campaigning, we were just watching. You know, we were just watching to say what they are doing. This is bad. And besides, I was a victim when Mr. Sata was coming in. I was the Secretary General, and the President was busy campaigning with the late President, Mr. Rukia Bozanbanda. What happened? The moment Mr. Sata came into government, the first association to be deregistered, it was Zanam. So, Mr. Kaputula, I've learned it in a hard way. So, I cannot marry politics and issues. The moment you stand in, that is to represent marketeers, you should be non-partisan. This is what we are doing.
All right.
Yes.
We will explain there. In case you're just joining us, we have been watching. This is People's Verdict, and this afternoon's topic we are looking at the way forward on Sokoni market, which is based on the Copper Belt in Kitwe, to be specific. You have mentioned in terms of you have mentioned that the directors at the council, they may be tarnishing the image of the president. The people who represent the president are the ministers. Have you tried to engage the ministry in terms of the Ministry of Local Government in terms of your issue at the market? In fact,
that is another reason why we are here. Before we get back to the Copper Belt, we are going to make sure that we engage the minister himself. We have tried, that is, to engage even the district commissioner, so to say. But, okay, I will not accuse him, but he tends to play somehow as if siding with the council, instead of siding with the masses. That is where we have seen that there is a problem. You see that? When I say there are a lot of issues, it's only that I don't want to be discussing individuals. We have tried to engage him because the DC is the president is representative. Now, instead of siding with the people, we are surprised. Is siding those people who want to grab shops from the shop owners, turning them into tenants. You see that? That's the problem we have. In fact, we have got no issue when it comes to putting up or building very decent shops. We don't have a problem with that. We have even made suggestions to the directors, to the mayor of Kitwe, to say that, look, if only what you want is to furnish something, and maybe you want us, that is, to build shops in the uniformity form, we have told the council, produce a plan, give us the specification, give us a model. You know, Sokone market, it does not only consist of people who don't have money. Many have money. Some they go as far as China, buying phones and selling all sorts of these stuffs like electricals and some other things. Those people, they can afford. The reason why you have seen them, that is trying to put up just those semi-permanent structures, they are scared, thinking that maybe tomorrow these directors will just wake up and then use the council policemen to come and destroy those shops. In fact, they are even disadvantaging the marketeers, because those shops, you know, it is extremely difficult for a marketeer even to access a loan from the bank. Someone has a shop. Now, you can't go to the bank to get a loan. You are supposed to use that same shop as collateral. Now, we have a situation, we are in a predicament where you own something and it is yours. And everyone knows it is yours, but you don't have a document. So that's why we are insisting that the only option for the council, let them just give each and every marketeer who is at that market a paper representing or indicating that he or she owns a shop at Tsokone market. So that's why we have come in to say that no, what the Kitwe City Council wants to do, this is daylight robbery. We have got so many examples to show. For instance, there was a time when the council was trying, that is with the European Union, there was support from the European Union to come up with boarded markets. For instance, we have got a new market at Nakadori Market. There is a modern market, a new market, so to say, in Indeke, that is another township. And there is another new market located in Buchi, Kamitondo. You know what happened? Mm-hmm. These directors who don't even sell in the markets, they were the first to get the shops. Some were getting 2 shops, others 3 shops. Imagine, sidelining the marketeers. Now, that is a living example. We are not fools. We cannot allow these people just grabbing. They will come, they grab. So what we need, we want to make sure that the government must step in to stop those people. Because what they are doing, I could put it to be illegal, and at the same time, just trying to tarnish the image of the president. Mm-hmm. The president is busy doing some other things, but they are there busy maltreating the people. Now, what do you expect the people to say? Now, these people will be crying to say, who take over, and yet the president doesn't even know what is happening.
Mm-hmm. So, Dr. Simuchimba, are you hopeful in terms of your planned engagement with the Minister of Local Government?
Come again?
Are you hopeful in terms of an outcome?
We are very much hopeful because we do believe if Kitwe City Council has become stubborn, the way stubborn they have become, we move a step higher. Like we engage the DC, though we don't see him taking our side. He's our friend, but truth be told, at first I had trust, but I think I've lost trust because his attitude leaves much to be desired. Because when you have someone being called representing the president in the city, because he's the highest civil servant in the city, he's supposed to take into consideration the interests of the people and the interests of the appointing authority.
Yes.
The people in the district belongs to the president because they are the ones that hired the president. So he's supposed to take the side of the people always, all the time. And he's supposed to defend the marketeer from the abuse of the council and any other form of abuse being meted on the people. So we are very much hopeful. We have been speaking to the Minister of the Copper Belt also. We have been getting, so one thing that we do know is that if this one at A does not listen, we will go up B. B does not listen, we'll go up to C. C does not listen, we'll go up to D. Mm-hmm. We do know, we do have faith that somebody somewhere is going to listen to us and is going to do the right thing. Like in this case, this is why I'm appealing to the president. Mm-hmm. You know, people in Chisokone, they are at pain. People in Sokone, they are disturbed. My brother, Chisokone market for a lot of people, it's everything to them. Right now, there are no jobs. We don't have many jobs. Mm-hmm. Mines are retrenching, and everybody is running there. And right now, there is a program where they are removing street vendors from the streets, taking them to the market. And again, the people, street vendors that you have thrown in the market, you follow them up there and again kick them out to bring people with big money, rich people. So that, no, where are you taking the market? Where are you taking the street vendors? Because even when you say, let's remove street vendors, can you identify a place where to take them? Now, Kitwe City Council looks to be clueless or like a headless chicken. Mm-hmm. They don't even know what they're doing. Because you can't wake up today, remove street vendors, you say we're taking them in the market, so again you follow them, same time, and you say you are grabbing the shops that belongs to them. The president should know what is happening right now. In fact, he's being decampaigned directly because of the selfishness of Kitwe City Council. These people are only saving their bellies for their personal interest. They are destroying the name of the president and lying in government high, like saying, no, we want to build a modern market because of the fires. And let me tell you about the fires. What happened is this. At the Curio shop, where the fire started, the first fire, recently, about a month ago, there was a meeting between marketeers and Kitwe City Council, where they were proposing that we want to build modern shops which we want to own as council ourselves. We are grabbing from you. People refuse. They say there's nothing like that. We don't want that. In the night, there was fire. Immediately after that meeting. Again, council called our friends around the Mindolo station. During the day, they called them. They made a suggestion. People said, no, I think that's not going to save our interest. In the night, there was fire. So we have reasons to suspect. It's not a crime to suspect that it's council starting these fires so that they can use it as a pretext to achieve their evil agenda. Their agenda is not with the marketeers, and it's so painful to see that an institution that was mandated to save marketeers and the community beginning to look at these people as a way, where they can rip people off, where they can steal from them, where they can disadvantage them to benefit themselves. The Kitwe City Council has literally become a parasite. And Kitwe City Council is not even representing the image of government. Look, the president has increased the CDF to 30 million. The president is thinking of empowerment. Now, council is busy thinking of disempowering those marketeers because within that 30 million CDF, there is a portion of empowerment to individuals and marketeers. Now, if the president is saying, here is 30 million, and the council is saying, we are taking away your shops and your trading spaces,
where are they going to
it means Kitwe City Council is working against government itself. They are not working with the president, and they are decampaigning him. Why? Because people are, like my colleague said, people are just saying, now you can tell that the president is innocent, cabinet is innocent. It's just a selfishness of Kitwe City Council for the personal gain. That what they want, we know very well that what they want is to grab those shops, share amongst themselves. But they're using the word development and using very good English. When they write letters, a person who is naive, who does not think properly, they will think that these people mean well. Look at the fires, the fire which we suspect they are starting themselves. Look at the way Sokone looks like. Look, we're not allergic to development. We also want development, but it must be done the right way. Sokone marketeers should not be treated like Mbutushi, like they're fallen and so refugees in their own country. We feel that the same way everyone else is being given land by the Ministry of Land, by Kitwe City Council, marketeers have a right to own that land where they are. Now, if Kitwe City Council, they are so much interested in having a modern market where they want to be making money in terms of rentals. There is opposite Kitwe Central Police. There are houses which looks like lamb shako belonging to police. Yes. Police has built houses countrywide. They can break there and build their own modern market there and leave Chisokone people alone until government finds a lot of money to develop the entire Chisokone market, when we'll be able to sit down and dialogue and chat the way forward with government in a smooth way, proper engagement, have a very honest, genuine dialogue. As of now, there is no genuine dialogue. There is no honest dialogue. And remember, let me prove this to you so that you know that they have been lying to central government that no marketeers have accepted, we have engaged them. There has been no engagement. That
is a meaning liar.
That's a lie. Let me tell you something before you come in, sir. On that one, just as a proof. We met the DC. We said, can we come around on the round table? The DC, the town clerk, the mayor, and their directors. And we also, the two of us will come with some of our colleagues to represent the markets. Can we sit around the round table so that we come up with one thing and move together as a people? The DC said, I'm going to call for that meeting. It's now, should be 1 month, 2 weeks. Nothing has happened. What do we receive next? It's a letter asking our people to leave. To move. Because they want to grab those spaces. Now, but we are waiting for a meeting. Because governance means, if you are governing people and you have a good plan, engage them, sit down with them. Find out their thoughts for what you want to do. Let them also make a contribution. Just like anything government wants to do from the medical profession, they will involve medical experts. Anything that governments want to do from an education sphere, they'll call the education experts, the academics, the academicians, they'll call them. Sit down with them. If it's a legal fraternity, they'll call the experts, sit down with them. Why can't they also have a honest dialogue? If council is genuine and they have good intentions for us, why can't they call us? We sit until we talk and they respect our opinion. Now, one last point one thing that I do know, which is lacking in Kitwe City Council, the attribute or the behavior, the character which is lacking, which we expect from them, is Kitwe City Council to look at marketeers as people who think, people who should have a say over something that concerns them. Kitwe City Council is behaving like a bully who should bully and force marketeers just because we are two, and force them into what they want. When someone lifts up a hand and says, what about this? What shut down? We are government, we are protected by the law, we can do what we want. You can't do anything, and we are moving forward. We just bring police, we bring police council,
Whether you like
we bring
it or
the
not,
intelligence,
we
whether you
bring
like it or
the
not. That's an attitude.
Things of that nature.
They cannot involve or engage the marketeers at the soccer the market. A very honest engagement. That's what we have wanted. Is
Alright.
it too much to ask?
Okay, I think we have discussed the issue of the Sokoni market and the council at length. Perhaps just a bit of diversion, but we have just mentioned in the issue of CDF with what is happening. I want to bring in Mr. Chifuka here in terms of CDF. Do you think you stand a chance to benefit from CDF?
That is another issue, you know. But I have to be honest. I've seen a lot of cooperative that is benefiting from CDF, and especially in Kitwe, we have seen a lot of cooperatives accessing these loans and some other funds that is from government. But I don't see it to be sustainable. It can't work. Now, I think, let me just speak out and then come out clearly. Why is the government trying to use some methods as if they are making some tests here and there? Already in the market, we have a sector of experts who sell fish, who sell tomatoes, who sell everything. So the government must not just start now hunting for people here and there. Those people, it can't work. You know, it is like you are forcing someone who's not even a farmer. You say that, no, you from today onwards, you start rearing chicken. It can't work. Mm-hmm. What we are saying, in fact, on that one, let me even make an appeal. Let me appeal to the government to say that already in the market, we have experts, people who have been existing in the market doing business. And they have been doing this business of buying and selling for a very longer period of time. And they have turned into experts. So the government should not just move out in the community, leaving experts in the market. So my appeal is, it's better when it comes to the issue of CDF, let them just come in the market. Educate our members, that is to make those small cooperatives of 10, 20, 30, they assess. Because in the market right now, they have been doing that. You find that there is a group of 20, there is a group of 10, there is a group of 30, giving what they call Ichirimba. And it works very well. Ichirimba is not only for those, when it comes, that is to maybe getting money. They do Ichirimba, especially these marketeers who sell Salaula. I have seen these women getting organized, contributing even Ichirimba of 1 pin, they give to one individual. He or she comes to Lusaka to buy Salaula or go to Nakonde, whatever. They have been doing that. These who sell tomatoes. So my appeal to the government is that now that the government has increased, in fact, when it comes to increasing this, I will not be ashamed to mention that a certain portion should just be allocated to the marketeers.
That's all.
Just a certain portion. In fact, since that amount of money is going to the community, let them divide it by half. It is 30. So let 15 million go to the marketeers, because these are experts in trades. And there is even an assurance that these people cannot fail to pay back, because they have been doing that for the rest of their life. So the government should not just concentrate in hunting for people in the communities. They will disappear with the money. I've seen some. The moment they get that loan, they share the money. Some start even drinking. Some even disappear. And it even becomes difficult, that is, to allocate them. But here is the sector, the marketeers.
Perhaps the understanding that there are a lot of other empowerment avenues also under the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEC, where you can also, haven't you, marketeers also access?
I'll be honest with you, and I'm very much happy that we are on a television program. And I'm sure if the minister is listening to me, if the issue of empowering marketeers has worked elsewhere, it has not been done in Kitwe. Let them even make a research. Let them go to Tsokone market. You know, Kitwe alone, it has got 26 markets. And the major ones, we have got Tsokone market, we have got Nakadori market, we have got is it Ndeke market, we have got Chambori market, we have got Usakiri market. So let them make an assessment. These marketeers have not even accessed this issue of empowerment. It is only working out in communities. And let me just tell, I think if the minister is watching this program, and normally it is working to those people who are somehow politically inclined. I have to be honest. Those who are inclined, maybe they supported, maybe it is the councillor or the area member of parliament, then they'll just educate
those
them.
around him.
Those around him. Those are the people. Yes, those are the people who are accessing that CDF and these other loans. That's why I'm appealing to say that let them just come in the market, divide that allocation so that 50% is just allocated to the marketeers, because these are experts alone. And there is that assurance that they cannot consume that money. They will not disappear. They can't leave the shops. They have been doing that for the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. You know, a marketeer is someone who is very intelligent. A marketeer can even work with zero capital. When we talk of zero capital, these marketeers, we have seen them going to someone who is selling these bales of Salaula, getting it on credit, saying that after selling, he pays back. We have seen these marketeers getting a box of tomatoes or onions, you see, on credit, and after selling, paying back. So to them, it is not something new. It is something they have been doing for the rest of their lives. So I'm still making an appeal to the government. We need 50% of that allocation direct to the marketeers.
All right, well, viewers, this is the People's Verdict, and your host, I am Afias Kaptu, and this afternoon we have been discussing the way forward on Tsokone market. We're just diving into the other issues of just how marketeers can benefit from CDF as we are winding up on the program. As we end the program, Pastor Simuchimba, there are calls that marketeers should be paying tax to the Zambia Revenue Authority. What would be your opinion on this matter, just in a minute or two?
First of all, the reason why it's called informal sector, it's for a reason. There's formal sector and informal sector. It's to give space to those people with very small and minimum capital to grow. Now, if a mining firm can come in the country, if a big company like Fan City can come in the country, and you give them 5 years tax break, and these are big established corporations, global corporations, you give them 5-year tax break, and when that 5-year elapses, they go back. They come back in form of another company.
A different name.
In a different name, but the owners are the same. Government can't even investigate. No, these people are already rich, and we're giving them low tax. We're giving them tax breaks. Don't pay this, don't pay that. Now, if we say these are informal sector, and the way government has done to relax on them, there is a tax they pay. We pay council levy to council. Now, that is a tax in itself, because it suits these people in the informal sector according to your level. Now, if you say ZRA should introduce a big tax, it means you are killing those poor people who are doing business who are supposed to graduate into the middle income, because it means they will not rise from the floor. If you weigh them with a lot of tax from ZRA, these, and putting these stringent measures and stuff to squeeze them out, you're not giving them room to breathe. If in big corporations, international corporations, have been given those tax breaks to breathe, what about me who has 200 kwacha as capital? So the informal sector exists for a reason. The informal sector should just be allowed like that. The only thing that should be done is what my colleague said. Let government they should not go on the street and with a megaphone. Hey, those who want loans, come to CEC. Now CEC also, they have these outrageous conditions. They have made it so complicated to get a loan to access. This is why most of the times the money that goes there, it goes unclaimed. Only few people claim it, and it goes back again goes back to the budget. Again they bring it again, just like that. Why? The conditions, like for example, if they say you must have collateral, I only need to shop at Tsokone market, and the council has refused to give me a document that shows I'm the owner, which I can use to go to CEC and say, you're looking for collateral. Me, I want just 200. Me, I just want 100. Here is my collateral. Council has refused. Meanwhile, CEC is giving those monies, demanding for collateral. Now, where will that leave the poor? You see that? So the issue of bringing ZRI into markets, it's a non-starter. Government shouldn't even start. It's killing the poor. Because once you kill the poor who are already on the floor, then where are you going? You are simply saying, we are going to be a country full of rich people, everybody else poor. We are going to have a very big gap between the rich and the poor, and we are going to have only two: the poor, extremely poor, and the extremely rich people.
All right, we can go on and on just discussing. We have come to the end of the show, but just in a minute, just on the Sokone issue, just to appeal under a minute, Mr. Chifuka, just 1 minute.
Thank you very much.
Just look into the camera.
Thank you very much. My appeal, I'm appealing to the minister if he's watching this program. We have stayed that for too long at Sokone Market. My appeal to the minister is that he must step in. And the only way that is to step in, marketeers or those traders at Sokone Market, they are ready to build whatever they wanted to build according to their specification. We know where to get the loans. We can get loans anywhere. We have got institutions who are lending money, even in the market. We can borrow somewhere. So we are not saying that we just want to be trading in those ramshackles. No, we are ready. So what we are saying is that we have sat in various meetings. What our people are saying, especially those traders at Sokone Market, those traders whose shops were gutted, they are saying they are very much ready to build, to improve their shops. So this issue of the council coming in with their evil plans to grab their shops, I think it must come to an end. In fact, another appeal even to the president. This arm of execution, where they are trying to see those who are not performing well, must be extended even to the local authority.
Okay.
There are these people attaching the image of the president. They have to be sorted out or repressed.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, your appeal. And on that note, we have come to the end of the show on this edition of The Verdict. Today we were discussing the way forward on Sokone Market. In the studio we had Pastor Duncan Simuchimba and Mr. Enoch Chifuka, both traders at Sokone Market, which is embroidered in a struggle with Kitwe City Council. This has been your host, Afias Kaptula. Till next time, thank you for watching. Keep watching Camnet TV, not just another channel. Bye-bye.